back. Well, today I am joined by Director Robert Muchnick, who is here to give us a report on the third meeting. But before we have you do that, I'd like to welcome you to our first Zoom together. How are you doing?
Doing fine, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Tell me a little before we go into how long have you lived in the village?
Not long, 15 months.
Wow, so you are fairly new, and are you liking it?
So far, so good. Can't complain. The weather's absolutely wonderful. I
Great
guess
job.
I should just tell you though that the reason we moved, one of the main reasons we moved here, is that my mother-in-law has lived here for 26 years.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
currently a resident in the Towers. She's going to be 97 years old, and we moved here so that my wife could spend time with her mother and we could help her. So that's one of the main
Oh,
reasons.
oh, that's just so sweet. And then how has it been for the last several months? I mean, we've been at stay at home. Have you been able to visit with her?
Well, the unit we bought is a 2-minute walk to her, and we visit with her every day. And so that hasn't been a problem at all.
That's great. Oh, that's great. I just actually talked to Kristen Orr the other day from the Towers, and she says everybody's doing really well there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's
They
great.
are.
That's great. So tell me, so I looked you up a little bit. I read about your background, criminology.
Yes, ma'am. PhD in criminology, Florida State University. I was a university faculty member for 44 years, a chairman of a department.
Mhm.
We offered everything from the bachelor's degree all the way through the PhD. So yes,
That's great. And what drew you to criminology?
probably my delinquent past as a child. No, I took a course in college, really enjoyed it, and pursued it.
That's great. You know, it's a start to obviously a very long career, and many people do go into criminology, and then they end up doing all sorts of different things. So that's awesome that you were able to continue as
Right.
and also share your love of criminology with other people. So awesome.
No,
Well, really nice to have you here. And I
thank you.
understand that you are on several other committees and clubs. So what have you involved yourself in?
Well, before the shutdown of all the clubs and activities, we were involved in the Chicago Club. We very much enjoyed that. We engaged in a lot of other activities, and we're just basically learning the community. So it's still been, it was a learning process until everything shut down.
Well, right. I know it's been very difficult for most clubs and things going on. I mean, we're just starting to open up, our activities like pickleball and tennis and things like that. So it's a slow process, but hopefully, in the next couple of months, we'll see some better stuff.
Well, it's
Um,
important. It's important that we keep everybody safe. I mean, we've got a
exactly.
vulnerable population. Average age, as you know, is 77, and it's very important that we do and take the steps necessary to keep everybody healthy.
Exactly. And the village is doing a really great job. So good for everyone. Well, let's talk about the meeting. It
Yes,
was this
ma'am.
week, and what would you like to tell us about what happened?
Well, I think one of the very interesting things is that the Third Mutual Board, which is a very cohesive board, is also trying to be very responsive to the needs of the manor owners and residents. And one of the things that we normally engage in at this time of year is the fumigation process, trying to rid the buildings of any termite colonies that might exist that are not reachable by normal extermination methods. So therefore, buildings need to be tented. Well, given the virus and given people's concerns about leaving their residence, and actually yesterday at our board meeting, we had 3 different member comments who were concerned about having to vacate their premises for a couple of days, going to hotels.
Hmm.
Some of them had compromised situations. Some of them were just concerned about coming into contact with other people, being forced to either go to restaurants or get delivery from restaurants.
Mhm.
So the board added to the agenda yesterday, even though it wasn't part of it, a resolution to postpone for 2020 all fumigation in Third Mutual. We will take this back up next year, and at this same time next year, hopefully things will be at a point where we can do the fumigation more safely for everybody.
Has there been concern? Are there termites now, or is it just a precautionary measure?
Both.
Oh,
There are termite colonies, and termites eat wood. And if not properly controlled, they can attack the structural integrity of a building. but based on discussions with the folks in VMS who are in charge of the maintenance and construction, we don't feel that at this point any of the buildings are in jeopardy. So it's something we can put off out of respect for the health and safety of the residents.
Well, that's good. That's great. Good to know. Excellent. What else do you have? Looks like some maintenance and construction projects.
Well, we have a whole bunch. And I guess the good news for everybody in Third Mutual and probably the rest of the village, United as well, is that in the middle of August, we expect to bring back the paint crews who have
Oh.
been furloughed. So for the last 4 or 5 months, there haven't been any paint projects that have taken place. And in fact, a couple of the buildings were left, they had the prior to paint that took place, but not the actual painting of the facility. So we're going to start up back in August with painting as many buildings as we can between now and the end of the year.
Mhm. That's great. That's good. And, you know, that's, I have been seeing more activity outside, more of the, you know, landscaping and construction and obviously now painting. So that's great. That's nice to be able to bring them back. And of course, everybody will be following the correct guidelines.
Oh, we hope so. We definitely, that would be beneficial for the health of everybody.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then what else do you have? Anything else?
Well, as everybody hopefully knows in the Third Mutual, because of the virus, we were compelled to put a variety of programs on hold, and some of them will stay on hold. And in fact, some were suspended, and we're looking for ways to reduce our costs this year so we can apply them to some costs next year that we expect to increase.
Right.
One of them that everybody will be hearing about in the near future is the insurance issue for the village. That's a big issue. And so we're trying to save and conserve as much money as possible now to help offset some of the increased costs that might come next year down the road as a result of changes in insurance.
Okay. Yeah. The insurance one. I've heard a lot about that. One last thing. You have a smoke-free building resolution.
Yes, we do. It's on 28 days, so it'll be brought up again next month. But what we want to allow is any unit or complex of units, be it a garden villa unit or be it a three-pack or a six-pack, that they can, if everybody is in agreement, all the owners have to be in agreement, they can turn the building into a smoke-free facility.
Oh.
That means that even when somebody sells their unit, the units will still remain smoke-free. That'll be a requirement as it progresses. And so we decided, we had some inquiries from people, and so we'll see if this is something that people really want, and they'll be able to designate their building that way.
Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. I haven't heard that one before, so that'll be interesting to see where that ends up. Well, good. Well, anything else that I've missed?
No, it's been a pleasure having this opportunity to speak with you, and thank you for all the hard work you do and the show that you put on. It's very entertaining and also very informative, so thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. We're here to help you guys out as much as we can. And we'll have you on again, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody stay healthy. Thank you.
Everyone
Bye-bye.
stay healthy. That's good.
Bye-bye.
All right. And we'll be right back after this.